Tekken Tag Tournament 2 has made its way over to the Wii U, and it's brought a whole bunch of Nintendo-themed gear and modes along with it. The main differences here are the addition of a few extra modes in Mushroom Battle, Tekken Ball, and Tekken Supporters. If you've played Tekken 3, you'll be familiar with Tekken Ball as it's nearly identical. It's still a very simple, if pretty fun diversion from the highly technical brawling in the other modes. The highlight of the additions, though, is Mushroom Battle. It works like this. You fight while super, poison, big, and golden mushrooms float around the level. Grab one of the good ones, and you get bigger. Get caught with a poison, and you shrink in size. Get too big, and your punches will constantly fly over the head of your opponent. But get too small, and your kicks won't do any damage. While you won't see Mushroom Battle being played on a competitive level anytime soon, it's certainly worth picking up for a laugh or two with buddies. Unfortunately, the Wii U controller doesn't really add much to the experience. Outside of brawls, it can be used to read character background info or draw on their costumes. In combat, you'll be able to tap the screen to pull off certain moves and combos. It's fairly bare bones, and I couldn't help but feel like it could have been used for a lot more. Even simple menu navigation would have been a welcome addition. So, while the Wii U version of Tekken Tag Tournament 2 doesn't change up many of the problems that we had with the original release, it adds some more casual-friendly modes for the Nintendo crowd. If you've been holding out, it's the definitive version. But for those who've already picked it up elsewhere, don't worry about skipping out. That covers the Wii U specific features of Tekken Tag Tournament 2. If you're curious about the rest of the game, here's our review of the original release. Fighting games are notoriously unfriendly to new players. There are thousands of combos to memorize, strategies to learn, and teams to experiment with. Most of them, however, could care less about whether or not you're new to the genre or knowledgeable in the ways of the brawler. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is different. It wants you to learn how to play it. It wants you to spend countless hours mastering its timing, tooling around with dozens of characters, and making it your own. Unfortunately, it doesn't make that terribly easy. There's a common theme amongst modern fighting games. More is more. More modes, more characters, more customization options. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 definitely falls into that trap. Upon loading it up, you'll be assaulted by all there is to do. Online modes, offline, training, fight lab, character customization, and all their subcategories immediately make themselves known. And that's not even mentioning the character selection screen. Hoo boy, that thing's a doozy. The biggest new addition? Over 5 chapters, players will take the Violet Industries created Combat through a series of training exercises designed to teach the basics of the Tekken fighting system. It's a goofy experience full of Power Ranger looking enemies that throw pizzas and change your head into a pig from time to time. Hell, one of the chapter bosses is a fat version of Ryu from Street Fighter. Because it replaces the traditional story mode, it seems to be an attempt to reinvent the way that the players learn to play Tekken. And it's charming in that regard, to be sure. As far as the fighting itself goes, everything looks just fine. Animation is smooth and stylish, and character designs are just as all over the place as ever. If that's not enough for you, there are plenty of character customization options for you to tool around with. Want martial law to sport some hipster glasses? You got it. How about a samurai haircut for the Russian fighter Dragunov? Done. There's no shortage of options for the dedicated fighter to tool around with. Of course, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is still Tekken. It's still got the perfectly good fighting mechanics that you've come to know and love since its inception in 1994. The addition of tag assaults and tag combos add a whole different level of strategy that we haven't seen since the first Tekken Tag. And the rage system that was introduced in Tekken 6 plays a big role in some pretty exciting comeback possibilities. But there's a problem with the newly introduced Fight Lab. It teaches by the Into the Fire method. It demands you master whatever it's teaching or you simply can't continue. On one hand, it's a solid way of learning by way of a swift kick to the pants, but I can certainly see it turning away beginners. For those who already have experience with fighters, however, it's a solid way to learn a few of Tekken's more basic intricacies. As a fighter, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is a perfectly solid experience. As a way into the genre, it could certainly do a lot better. While its inaccessibility may be a problem for players unfamiliar with the nearly impenetrable Tekken franchise, for more experienced players, it's a worthy addition. For more on Tekken Tag Tournament 2, check out IGN.com.